You didn't have any. Why?
I don't believe in them.
Huh?
Are you ready to embark on a thrilling journey through the Wild West? Well, saddle up, partner, because today we're diving into the heart of Western cinema. Whether you're a die-hard Western fan or just someone craving a taste of the Old West, this countdown is tailor-made for you. These films have become cultural touchstones, influencing generations of movie lovers. Here then is our list of the top 10 Western iconic films you wish you had seen yesterday.
How about it, Ringo?
Number 10. The Gunfighter. Let's start with Henry King's 1950 classic, The Gunfighter. Most movie fans absolutely love this picture, especially because of Gregory Peck's outstanding performance. This intriguing Western takes a unique approach, focusing on a quaint Western town rather than grand vistas and landscapes. Most of the story unfolds within the confines of a small saloon, where we follow the notorious gunslinger Jimmy Ringo, who can't seem to escape trouble. The film opens with a tense scene as a hot-blooded young cowboy attempts to take down Ringo. However, we soon learn that Ringo is tired of this dangerous life and decides to return home, hoping to leave the outlaw life behind him and reunite with his wife and son. As the story progresses, we meet a diverse and colorful cast of characters, each adding their own charm and style to the narrative. Carl Malden's portrayal of the barkeep and the stellar performances by Millard Mitchell and Helen Westcott perfectly complement Peck's tough and stoic demeanor. What most people find captivating about the film is its treatment of the cowboy myth. Throughout the story, we see the townsfolk spreading gossip and making claims about Ringo, only for them to be later proven false. Henry King's skillful direction and the captivating black and white cinematography add depth to the film, creating an intimate and enthralling experience. Number 9. McCabe and Mrs Miller. Robert Altman was renowned for his rebellious and nonconformist approach. One of his remarkable skills was to deconstruct and subvert established genres. Similar to how he challenged war movies with MASH, film noir with The Long Goodbye, and country house dramas with Gosford Park, Altman took on the Western genre in McCabe and Mrs Miller. Set in the Pacific Northwest mining town of Presbyterian Church in 1902, the story revolves around John "Pudgy" McCabe, played by Warren Beatty, who establishes a brothel. McCabe is a disheveled and foolish character, clad in cumbersome furs, and his brothel reflects his chaotic nature. However, everything changes when the streetwise Constance Miller, portrayed by Julie Christie, arrives and teaches him how to make the business thrive. Despite her earthly allure and opium addiction, McCabe complains about her frequent seclusion behind locked doors. The cinematography by Vilmos Zsigmond is poetic but gritty, especially when Altman employs his trademark abrupt zooms that penetrate the essence of the film. Aside from Leonard Cohen's emotionally resonant songs, the auditory experience of the movie matches the visual aesthetics, characterized by roughness and imperfection. Altman's editor, Lou Lombardo, described the sound quality as flawed and muddy, yet Altman refused to alter it, embracing its rawness. The overall result is a movie that appears visually and audibly unappealing, but beneath the surface lies a work of profound beauty, sensuality, and anguish. Beatty and Christie embrace Altman's unconventional approach, with no grand entrances befitting their star status. This infusion of gritty, poetic realism breathes new life into the Western genre. Furthermore, one could argue that as representatives of big business arrive in town to exploit McCabe's success, the film foreshadows the decline of American cinema in the era of blockbuster movies. Number 8. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. It stands as the ultimate buddy movie, the epitome of a bromance. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid stars Paul Newman and Robert Redford, delivering loose performances filled with uproarious laughter as the amiable outlaws. Set in the realm of classic Western comedy, they lead the infamous Hole-in-the-Wall gang, although their notoriety is somewhat exaggerated. Butch, in fact, has never taken a life. when a relentless posse of hired guns pursues them, culminating in a breathtaking and thunderous chase. Their response is not to engage in a fight, but to flee. They escape to Bolivia, where bank robbery becomes a simple task, as long as they can recall the Spanish words required. Released in 1969, the movie was a colossal success at the box office, but faced harsh criticism from reviewers who found its humor and banter too superficial. Pauline Kael famously referred to it as, quote, "the bottom of the pit." However, as time has passed, the film has aged splendidly, allowing us to appreciate it not only as a product of its era, but also for its laid-back, late 60s vibe. Butch and Sundance embody the essence of coolness, embodying the notion that appearing to try too hard is the ultimate crime. One memorable scene showcases Newman's playful antics as he rides a newly invented bicycle contraption with his friend's girlfriend, all set to the catchy tunes of Burt Bacharach. Additionally, much hilarity ensues at the expense of the meticulous railroad bookkeeper Woodcock, who would rather face annihilation than open a safe. A quintessential square character. Overall, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid has transcended its initial reception, allowing us to relish its charm as a time capsule of the late 60s, where the dynamic duo of Butch and Sundance embody effortless coolness while poking fun at the uptight figures. Number 7. Gunfight at the OK Corral. Taking the 7th spot on our list is the 1957 film Gunfight at the OK Corral, skillfully directed by John Sturges. Some might argue that this film is too well known to be included here, but most people believe it doesn't receive enough discussion, and any movie featuring both Burt Lancaster and Kirk Douglas is definitely worth watching. These two deliver a rich and dynamic portrayal of friendship that serves as the driving force behind the film. The story revolves around lawman Wyatt Earp and his dying outlaw companion Doc Holliday, portrayed by Lancaster and Douglas respectively. Their unlikely alliance culminates in the legendary gunfight at the OK Corral. What captivates most people about this film is not only its vibrant colors captured through cinematography, but also the raw and gritty portrayal of the men's faces in the saloon scenes. Sturges, known for his economical yet effective direction, shines once again in this aspect. While Gunfight at the OK Corral may not be the most historically accurate depiction of events, it undeniably delivers an incredibly enjoyable and thrilling Western experience. It blends elements of fun and excitement, making it a standout addition to the genre. Number 6. The Searchers. The Searchers, a foundational film for the movie brat generation of the 70s, continues to echo throughout their works. It has been endlessly referenced in movies like Paul Schrader's Hardcore, which set its remake in the unlikely setting of the LA porn industry, while Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver, John Milius's Big Wednesday, and Wim Wenders' Paris, Texas either play direct homage, engage in heated debates, or partially remake it. The reason is simple. The Searchers stands out as the most intricate, darkest, strangest, funniest, and most satisfying Western of the 1950s. It presents the story of an American hero embodying frontier honor and self-reliance, yet plagued by racism and white supremacy, driven by the fear of racial impurity. The film never stays in one place, constantly moving from one audacious sequence to the next. From emotional family reunions and brutal Indian murder raids to intense battles and heart-rending sadness, all set against the awe-inspiring backdrop of Monument Valley and the southwestern desert. Number 5. The Naked Spur. The Naked Spur, directed by Andrew Mann and starring James Stewart and Janet Leigh, holds a special place among Stewart's collaborations with Anthony Mann, encompassing a total of 8 films, 5 of which were westerns. What sets The Naked Spur apart is Stewart's portrayal of Howard Kemp, a bounty hunter whose character diverges from his usual amiable and cheerful protagonists. Alongside the remarkable performances by Robert Ryan, Ralph Meeker, and Millard Mitchell, the film boasts an extraordinary ensemble cast. The story revolves around Kemp's relentless pursuit of the murderer, Ben Vandergroat, leading him to reluctantly team up with Jesse Tate, an old prospector, and Roy Anderson, a dishonorably discharged Union soldier. As Kemp and his newfound partners discover the substantial $5,000 reward on Vandergroat's head, greed gradually begins to corrode their camaraderie. Sensing an opportunity, Vandergroat skillfully exploits the situation, planting seeds of doubt among the men. Notably, Janet Leigh delivers a heartfelt and outstanding performance, adding depth to the film. Her presence in the movie evokes appreciation for being part of the cast, rather than enduring the infamous shower scene from another role. Furthermore, the film's stunning cinematography captures the awe-inspiring landscapes of Lone Pine, California, as well as the majestic San Juan Mountains and Durango, Colorado, where it was filmed on location.
I'm taking him back, I swear it. I'm gonna sell him for money.
Number 4. The Wild Bunch. In 1968, director Sam Peckinpah faced harsh criticisms, being branded a spendthrift, a loose cannon, and a failure. His previous film, Major Dundee, had been marred by a contentious experience, receiving lackluster reviews due to its severely truncated and altered version. However, Peckinpah found a glimmer of redemption through his exquisite TV adaptation of Catherine Ann Porter's novel, Noon Wine. Despite being the least seen among his great works, the adaptation proved that he wasn't the madman of recent rumors, though there was plenty of legendary madness yet to come. When presented with the screenplay for The Wild Bunch, Peckinpah did not hold back. He zealously dismantled it, shaping it to align with his own profound concerns and themes. His vision delved into men grappling with their own mortality and irrelevance, akin to No Country for Old Men. Violence depicted as a brutal dance of savagery and corruption encompassing every aspect of life, where every moral, financial, or sexual transaction bore the stain of betrayal. As The Wild Bunch hit the screens in 1969, it became the most contentious movie of the year, leading Peckinpah's erstwhile critics to elevate him to the ranks of esteemed directors like Stanley Kubrick and John Ford. Blood became a defining element of the film. The relentless violence and moral decay of the Vietnam War, which flooded the nation's television screens each night, along with the success of Bonnie and Clyde, emboldened Peckinpah to equip his Mexican filming locations with an abundance of blood squibs, forever altering the portrayal of violence on the screen in what might be considered the first splatter western. Moreover, Peckinpah revolutionized film editing techniques, employing multiple cameras and varied speeds, ranging from 60 to 120 frames per second. Inspired by editor Lou Lombardo's achievements in previous projects, this innovative approach stretched and compressed time in the film's expertly crafted action sequences, most notably in the opening robbery scene. It was during this sequence that the iconic credit, directed by Sam Peckinpah, appeared on the screen after Pike Bishop, played by William Holden, delivered the famous line, quote, "If they move, kill 'em." This immediate revelation of the director's sympathies firmly aligned with the doomed and the outcast. Number 3. The Big Country. Coming in at number 3 on our list is the timeless Western epic, The Big Country, directed by the incomparable William Wyler in 1958. In this film, Wyler proves once again why he is one of my all-time favorite directors, with a diverse filmography ranging from Ben-Hur to Roman Holiday. This time, he tackles the Western genre, and let me tell you, the cinematography and direction in this film are simply breathtaking. The Big Country follows the journey of a New England sea captain, played brilliantly by Gregory Peck, as he arrives at his fiancée's vast Texas ranch in the 1880s. What unfolds is a fierce battle for control over a valuable piece of land, pitting Peck's newly formed family against the formidable Hennessy's. Though Peck's character wants no part in stirring up trouble as a newcomer, the townsfolk quickly label him a coward. Little do they know that beneath his calm demeanor lies a man of unparalleled strength and unwavering honor, more resilient than all of them combined. Charlton Heston delivers a stellar performance, igniting electric chemistry alongside Peck. Their dynamic is truly a sight to behold, And let's not forget Gene Simmons, who shines as Julie Merrigan, bringing depth and nuance to her role. However, it is Burl Ives who steals the spotlight, earning him the well-deserved Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. His portrayal is nothing short of outstanding. We must also make a special mention of the extraordinary score composed by Jerome Maras. It is an absolute masterpiece. The sweeping orchestral arrangements permeate the entire film, elevating every scene and adding an enchanting dimension to the overall experience. Trust me when I say, you won't be able to resist being swept away by the phenomenal music. The Big Country is a cinematic gem, renowned for its stunning scenery, impeccable direction, and a cast that delivers performances for the ages. It's a film that truly deserves its place among the greatest westerns of all time.
I told you, but you wouldn't believe me. Damn your soul! I told you!
Number 2. Once Upon a Time in the West. Imagine a wild ride through the American West, where a Marxist revisionist twist transforms the classic Western into a captivating blend of comedy and revenge. It may seem like an odd concoction, but Sergio Leone's masterpiece defies expectations and stakes its claim among the genre's all-time greats. Leone, the brilliant mind behind this cinematic gem, teamed up with Dario Argento and Bernardo Bertolucci to create a Western that pays homage to the classics that came before it. The Iron Horse, The Searchers, Shane, and High Noon all find their place in this 3-hour epic. But beneath its surface, there lies a daring left-wing perspective, revealing the ruthless conquest of the West by capitalism, leaving no obstacle uncrushed and no life unperturbed. Worried that this might sound a tad dry? Well, think again. Leone knew precisely how to infuse life into his movie, enlisting icons of the genre like the rising star Charles Bronson in the enigmatic lead role, and Jason Robards as the comic relief. Yet, the true coup was convincing the legendary Henry Fonda to step into the shoes of his first-ever evil character, Railroad Enforcer Frank. The legend goes that Fonda arrived on set with a bandito mustache and a half-hearted wicked look. But Leone had other plans. He wanted Fonda clean-shaven, only to transform him into an evil force on the screen. And boy, did it work. Frank's malevolence becomes all too evident when he coldly guns down a child mere moments after his appearance. Oh, and the opera. Ennio Morricone, Leone's schoolmate, masterfully crafted individual musical signatures for each of the 4 main characters, and the music commands almost as much attention as the script itself. The climactic gunfight, enveloped in 3 minutes of intro music and suspenseful flashbacks, culminates in 2 seconds of explosive gunplay, all driven by Morricone's soaring, slashing score. It's an almost orgasmic intensity that electrifies the screen. Leone takes his time, elongating set pieces for comedic effect or suspense, and letting the visuals speak volumes in numerous wordless scenes. But by the time their credits roll, you know you've witnessed a work of imperishable greatness. Number 1. Destiny Rides Again. And now, for number 1, we have George Marshall's Western comedy masterpiece from 1939, Destiny Rides Again. This film set out to mock the popular Westerns of its time, but in doing so, it surpassed them all and became an unparalleled representation of the genre. Jimmy Stewart, in one of his career-defining roles, delivers a performance for the ages as Tom Destry Jr. With his calm and soothing demeanor, he stands as a beacon of tranquility in a town engulfed by cruelty and malice. But don't be fooled by his peaceful nature, because behind that facade lies a sharpshooter who can take you down before you even blink. The film revolves around the unruly and corrupt town of Bottleneck, where the murder of the previous sheriff, who dared to question the rigged poker games in the saloon, calls for Destry to step in and restore order. Brian Donnelly, portraying the unscrupulous saloon owner Kent, serves as a magnificent antagonist, adding fuel to the fire of conflict. And let's not forget Marlena Dietrich, who delivers one of her greatest performances as the saloon singer Frenchie. Witty, tough, and cold-hearted, she knows how to hold her own. The scenes in the saloon are uproarious and a magnetic delight. The songs she sings have the power to ignite the whole town, and the legendary catfight that unfolds on the screen will leave you breathless. Oh, the people's love for this film knows no bounds. It seamlessly blends humor, charm, liveliness, and even moments of poignant sadness. The stunning black and white cinematography adds an exquisite touch to the proceedings, while the performances and the music elevate this Western to the status of an absolute classic. Any fan of the genre is bound to adore it. This film is a shining gem that proves that sometimes it takes a touch of parody to create something truly extraordinary. And so that concludes our epic journey through the Western film genre. We hope you enjoyed our countdown of the top 10 iconic Western films that will transport you back to the Wild West. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.